Welcome, my name is Jocelyn and today we are doing another palette bingo. If you are not familiar with what palette bingo is, it is where I random number generate using Google's random number generator 4 to 5 eyeshadow shades from a palette to use on my eyes to create an eye look. It helps me get creative, it helps me kind of get outside of my comfort zone sometimes, and today is going to be extra interesting because we are using a rainbow palette. So chances are this look is going to be very colorful, at least I hope so. It could be a disaster, it could be really cool. I don't know, I guess we'll see. The rainbow palette that I am referring to is the Colourpop Single Eyeshadow collection. This is their Rainbowland palette. I looked on their website, I think it was either this morning or last night, and it was still available for $40, so you get 24 of their single pan shades in this magnetic palette right here. It is just their Colourpop I Like Your Face magnetic palette. You get the palette and then all of the single shades in a box, and then you kind of pop all the single shades out of their little plastic container and kind of put them how you want them. So the way I've organized it isn't exactly how they had organized it on like Instagram or on their website. I just kind of put them in here in the way that I thought made the most sense. So I tried to put all of the purpley and pinky shades in one row. The blue shades, I guess, aren't totally next to each other. Oh, I guess they are. The blue shades. This one's kind of blue next to the greens, and then the yellows and oranges. So I don't know, okay? I just kind of put them in here. We do have a white shade, we do have a black shade in this bottom corner. There's a lot of color in here. There is some neutral shade, so hopefully I don't get just picks in this top corner. The way I'm gonna do it is this is gonna be number 1, and I'm gonna go this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 24, which will be this black shade down here. So this is the palette we're gonna be using. I'm really excited. I've dipped into a couple of these shades. Like, I've used this yellow shade in a Get Ready With Me recently. I do really like the way that that turned out. It looks like I've used this shade right here, and then I think that might be it. I don't think I've used anything else. I have swatched some of these shimmer shades, but pretty sure I haven't touched any other shades in here. So that's probably enough rambling. If this is still available by the time this video goes up, I will link it down below. $40 for 24 Colourpop single shades is an incredible deal. They're $5 each on their own, and this is probably my favorite, my favorite single shadow formula. They did something so right with it. So I have some brushes and a concealer ready to go in case I want to do some kind of cut crease, because again, I have no idea what kind of colors we're going to come up with. And I have got Google's random number generator pulled up here. We have a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 24. So I guess let's just go ahead and generate our first shade. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I'm so excited. 16. All right, we got some counting to do. So there are 6 shadows in each row. So we have 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, wait, I did that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so the first shade we have chosen is this shade right here. It is a beautiful, like, icy, watery, turquoise color. It is the color Heavenly, and let me swatch it for you. Oh, I'm so excited. I got at least one of those beautiful shimmers, and this is that's probably the one I would have wanted the most. Okay, so it's not swatching as beautiful as, well, yeah, it's got a good bit of shimmer to it. Okay, so that's the shade Heavenly right there. It's such a beautiful icy blue color with some Fix Plus. I bet that this would just pop really, really well. So okay, so that's our shade number 1. Let's go ahead and generate a second shade. 4. Well, alrighty then. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the shade Crisscross. It's almost like a rust. It's like a rusty color. That's really pretty. Maybe it doesn't totally go with Heavenly, but that's okay. I guess it could. So we have Crisscross and Heavenly. Let's generate another one. Oh, hello. 24. 24. There are 24 shades in the palette. So in the bottom right corner is the black shade. So let's go ahead and swatch it. I don't think I've swatched this black shade, so it feels pretty smooth. Looks pretty good upon initial finger swatch. All right, yeah. All right, so there are our first 3 shades. Definitely not totally what I was expecting, but let's go ahead and generate at least one more and see what happens. 22. Alrighty then. So 24 was the black shade, so 23. 22 is, oh wait, I didn't say what the black shade was. So the black shade is Let's Do It, and then this last shade that we chose is the shade Rascal. So here is what it looks like. It's like a yellow gold color. Let me give it a swatch. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Well, let me tell you what, this is not what I was expecting at all. I think what I might do is I might put this in the crease, this all over the lid. I might use the black as a smoked out liner, and then I might put Heavenly in the inner corner. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just generate one more shade and then choose whether I'm gonna use it or not. Was that 6? All right. I actually think that that will help. So we have 1 through 6. So 6 is a deeper, it almost looks a little bit plummy. Let's see, what color is this? This is the shade Facet. It's like a deep chocolatey brown. Go ahead and swatch it. Usually the beginning intros of these videos doesn't take this long. It's a lot of color, but not like color. It's just a lot of different tones. I guess let's go ahead and just start and see what happens. Go ahead and clip my bangs out of the way. And I'll also zoom you in a bit. I already have foundation, brows done. Obviously, I have some bronzer on. I have already primed and set my eyeshadow. I'm gonna take this fluffy blending brush and I'm gonna dip into this shade right here. What was that? The shade Crisscross? Yeah, Crisscross. So this one right here. And I'm gonna start just blending that into the crease. I feel like this shade is looking a little splotchy. All right, let me try and do the same thing on the other eye. Wow, those blended out, or that, I guess, just one shade blended really good. So yeah, okay, so I think I'm gonna cut some crease on my eye and then put the yellow shade down, the shade Rascal, over most of the lid, and then transition it into Heavenly and put Heavenly on the inner corner, and then it will also highlight my inner corner. And then I might put that darker shade that we pulled last, I think the shade Facet, on the outer part over here, and then also I'll blend Crisscross, which is the shade I just put down, onto the lower lash line, and then also put a little bit of Facet on the outer corner, and then at the end we'll put the black shade, what was that? Let's Do It, as a liner. All right, so gotta put the concealer down. All right, so now time to move on to that yellow shade. I think I'm gonna try and take this teeny tiny Morphe brush. This is from their All I Want collection, and we're going to wet it. And we're gonna build it up a little bit at a time. I need a bigger brush. All right, we're gonna take this Morphe M421 flat brush, and we're gonna try and use this instead, just because the other one was gonna take way too long. Go ahead and take this small fluffy blending brush and go back into the shade Crisscross and kind of blend this on the outer parts of that shade we just put down, the gold shade, just to kind of try and clean it up a bit. Yeah. I think I'll also take a little bit of that last shade we pulled, this one right here, the chocolatey brown, the shade Facet, and I'm gonna take that same brush I was just using, take a little bit of that, and just kind of blend that right on the outer part of my eye. Add a little bit of dimension. All right, so we got those colors down. Do I want to do the under eyes before I move on to the blue? Yes, I do. Okay, so we're gonna take a small brush. I'm gonna try this one right here. This is the Morphe M506 brush. It's got a little tiny fluffy end. And I'm gonna take crisscross first, and I'm gonna start blending that onto the lower lash line. Not going all the way in, because that's where I want to put Heavenly. All right, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of Facet, that last chocolatey brown shade that we pulled, and I'm gonna put that on the outer part of my lower lash line. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. All right, now on to Heavenly, which is the first shade we pulled, the blue shade. Oh, I'm very excited about this. We're gonna use the flat end of the Naked 3 duo-ended brush. We're gonna wet it. Ma'am, can I help you? I'm also going to take my Sigma Domed Utility E34 brush, and I'm going to pick up the shade Heavenly, and I want to use this to put that shade in my the actual inner corner. All right, yeah. That is doing exactly what I wanted it to do. Okay, so now we just have the black shade. So I'm gonna take this really small Morphe E35 brush. You can barely even see the bristles on this. And I'm gonna take this, pick up the black shade, the shade Let's Do It, and start working that on my upper lash line. I don't know how much I'll smoke it out, if I'll smoke it out really at all. Oh, I have a little bit of fallout. All right, so I think that's all of the shades on my eyes. Let me finish up. I still need to add blush, highlight, lipstick, and mascara. So let me go through all of those pieces on and then come back to you with the final look. And here is the finished look, complete with blush and highlight and lipstick and mascara. I'm actually very pleased with how this turned out. I wasn't sure after we picked the colors that we picked, well, I guess that Google picked for us, how it was gonna turn out, but I think it looks really cool. It looks very summery and festive, and I'm pleasantly surprised. It's definitely not as colorful as I mean, I guess it is pretty colorful, but it's not as colorful as I was expecting, given the fact that this is a very rainbow, very colorful palette. So maybe I'll do another follow-up palette bingo to see if we can get a more colorful palette bingo look. But for now, I'm pretty excited. These are definitely not colors that I would have chosen to throw together, or at least shades that I would have chosen to throw together. And so if you liked this video, definitely don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe for more videos from me, don't forget to do so before you go. All buttons are down below, and I think that's everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Liner along my lower lash line, or my upper lash line. I don't know. Trash man? Excuse you? Where the frick did that brush go? Right there, right in front of me. So I'm just gonna take that,